All right, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a hot minute since I made a video, just because there really hasn't been anything to talk about. You know, I'm looking at other YouTubers and things like that. Like, no one's really posting anything like meaningful. No offense to anyone, but you know, can't really blame them, right? We're in this dull period between the beta and the next game coming out. So you know, we have like 2 more weeks or so of this like lull period. So I'm not making videos. It's just there's nothing to make a video really about, so I don't want to force out a video every single day. There's been times in the past where I have, and I don't know, the videos, like, maybe they get views and stuff, but like they're not really videos I end up being proud on, and so I don't want to do that too often, but I don't want to leave you guys hanging as well. So hopefully you enjoy today's. If you do, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. We're going to talk about some of the upcoming leaks regarding Treyarch's new title, as well as some things that I actually don't mind so far about Modern Warfare 2, as surprising as that might sound. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe, let's get into it. All right, first off, I want to talk about something that I didn't talk about before in Modern Warfare 2. First off, I think it's good that they have weapon inspect in the game, and I also think that it's good that they have the score streak versus kill streak toggle as a toggle instead of a stupid perk. I think that this was very underrated. I really don't remember if I talked about this in a previous video, but this is a very underrated, very good step in the right direction, showing that they care about game balance. They care about, you know, how players end up playing the game. Because, you know, back in the day, not even back in the day, but back in like Modern Warfare 2019 even, if you don't reward people for playing the objective, nobody's going to end up playing it. Having the toggle to do kill streak versus score streak means that, you know, if you're an objective player, you can, you know, switch your thing to score streaks and then play domination and capture flags, and you'll get your streaks faster than someone who's just camping on top of a head glitch or whatever. And so in that aspect, I think that they did a really good job of making sure that other people, not just campers, can actually play how their playstyle like warrants and limits and things like that. So I think that's good. I don't think that there's going to be a bonus. You know, if you capture the B flag or something, you get 200 versus the home flag, you get 50. I really don't remember, honestly. Maybe they'll do it like that, but knowing Infinity Ward, probably not. Let's be honest here. They don't really care about the objective, it seems like. So that's that. I also think, like I said, the weapon inspect is a very underrated, very good feature. Previously, we've had it, you know, come to the game in like March or April, like when nobody's playing anymore. So the fact that it's coming in a beta and presumably at launch, it'd be funny if they took it out after the beta and didn't bring it to launch. But yeah, presumably that's happening, so that's good. I think that's going to be very helpful for the game and in general. So yeah, I'm all for that. Now let's talk about the main topic for today. Treyarch 2024 title is apparently going to have a 2-year life cycle. Call of Duty 2024, and this is coming from the Ghost of Hope. He says Treyarch have had their budgets approved for a 2-year life cycle on their next installment as part of Activision Blizzard's 3-year budget cycle. Activision is hedging their bets on Modern Warfare 2 doing super well financially, as well as the infrastructure of COD 2.0. And I mean, yeah, it's not a surprise. I think Modern Warfare 2 is going to sell really well. I think that as long as this is well supported, I think it's going to do very well. You know, I can't see it being a failure of a game unless they really just don't listen to the community, or they really mess up the game somehow, because this game appeals to the casual player base. You know, your average like 40-year-old dads who game like once every 3 weeks. This game is for them. You know, it's not really for people like you and me sweating all day, playing 8 hours a day. It's not for the sweats out there. You know, all the sweats are going to go back to Warzone or Rebirth 2 or whatever, right? They're not gonna play multiplayer here. I think that this game is also going to cater very well to search and destroy, which is a good thing. All right, I'm a big fan of search and destroy, and I think that casuals and sweats can enjoy search and destroy. So I think that that's good. Yeah, man, I don't want to say excited for the game, but I'm encouraged to believe that this game is going to be at least playable and not boring. You know, like Vanguard was playable, but it was just so ridiculously boring. Cold War, extremely boring. Don't make me laugh. And Modern Warfare 2019, you know, looking back on it after all the maps were added, sure, it's a fine game. It's not the most fun game or anything, but it's fine. You know, give me playable maps, give me some fun score streaks, kill streaks, give me some good weapons. Yeah, it's fine. You know, we'll make do. But back on track with this whole Treyarch talk. This is really good in my opinion. I think that Treyarch needs time to breathe for their games. Like, think about like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, you know, even Cold War to a degree. All these games are really good aside from Cold War, but they took a long time to get there, right? Whether it's from the DLC, whether it's from, you know, Blackout being polished and things like that, there just needs to be more time for Treyarch to get it together. And I think that's the same for Infinity Ward as well. I don't know if I'd say Sledgehammer has ever gotten it together, so I don't want to go that far. But Treyarch and Infinity Ward, they definitely just need time to get it together. I think that they can and do have a lot of potential with their games. You know, think about Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. You know, all these games, they weren't perfect right on launch. You know, no Call of Duty ever really is, but they strive to do better in year 2 and things like that. Sometimes they add more content. As much as I didn't like Cold War, I got to give it to them. They added a lot of content in year 2 and year 3 even, to the point where it's like, hey, you know what? It's probably worth going for. It's probably worth playing this game again to unlock this weapon or try out this new DLC map for the like the 5th time or whatever. It might be worth it. You know, I'm not saying it's every single time it's worth it, but yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that with Modern Warfare 2, you know, we heard about this whole like DLC pack of like the greatest hits mosh pit, as well as, you know, Modern Warfare 2 maps returning in general. I'm hoping that these things come to fruition and that they're done very well. You know, if you may end up making me pay for things, at least make it fun, at least make it so like people are going to do it. I'm really curious how the player base is going to split if they end up, you know, doing like a paid DLC content for year 2. Maybe it's going to be like you have to or something. I don't know. It'll be really interesting because I don't think you can force people to spend more money on a game. So I don't know if they're going to end up splitting the player base or whatnot. That's going to be interesting. I'm assuming Treyarch is going to do something along the same lines. I think that the title is called like Black Ops Gulf War or something like that. Unfortunately, it seems like they're taking it back historically to the history again, which I'm not the biggest fan of. So, you know, we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, it seems like they're going to end up taking it back historically. Again, we're going to see what happens. I think that in year 2, we're probably going to see a greatest hits for Treyarch stuff, you know, your Nuketown, Raid, Slums, Summit, Firing Range, you know, things like that. We're probably going to see all those. Well, who am I kidding? Nuketown's probably going to be in the game at launch, let's be honest. But, you know, those other maps from Treyarch Studios, I think that they're going to bring them back for a year 2 mosh pit as well. I'm excited for year 2 of Call of Duty. I think that 2-year life cycle is going to be good, reducing burnout for the average player base. You know, a lot of people don't want to spend freaking $60, $70, now it's $70 a year, every single time for what feels like the exact same game. You know, there's long-term Call of Duty fans. You know, even my buddy GCP out there on YouTube, go check him out if you haven't. He didn't even get Vanguard. You know, he was just so sick and tired of Modern Warfare 2019 and Cold War that, you know what, not even gonna spend money on Vanguard. And at this point, can't really blame him because Vanguard was not the most fun game. I don't think Cold War was the most fun game. A lot of people are probably going to get Modern Warfare 2019 or Modern Warfare 2022. Sorry, oops, didn't know why I said that. Because they enjoyed Modern Warfare 2019. And that's fair. You know what I mean? If you enjoy Infinity Ward, if you enjoy camping and tactical play styles, you know what, it's probably going to be a game for you, so go for it, right? All in all, I just want to make this video just to cover the fact that Treyarch is going to be making a 2-year life cycle, and this does unfortunately mean that my last video is going to be pretty much irrelevant. Advanced Warfare 2 is probably not going to happen. As sad as it sounds, it's not going to happen, at least in 2025, as when it was first predicted. It looks like Ralph Salve is probably going to be wrong again. Maybe he'll have to shut down his Twitter again because he's in his feels or whatever. But yeah, I didn't think that made a lot of sense anyway, just timeline wise, right? Infinity Ward's going for 2 years, Treyarch's probably gonna go for 2 years, then maybe Sledgehammer comes back. I don't see a world where Sledgehammer comes back with Vanguard 2, so I'm hoping that Advanced Warfare 2 does end up coming out. It'll be a really weird switch from, like, you know, current COD to past COD and Treyarch to future COD and Sledgehammer. Like, it'll be weird, but at least it's not the same game over and over, and I think people aren't going to complain about that. If you don't end up calling it Advanced Warfare 2, you know what, call it something else, call it Futuristic Warfare, and people will probably still eat it up and get it, just because it's something different. And we don't want another Modern Warfare, we don't want another, you know, past historical Cold War thing. So, you know, we got World War II already and Cold War. Like, it's too much in the history. Let's get it back to modern, and then after this, let's see where we go from here. I'm definitely curious to know what your thoughts on this are. Do you have faith in Treyarch? Do you have faith in Activision? I guess probably not, honestly. But do you have faith in Treyarch? Do you have faith in Infinity Ward for pulling together a good game here? I mean, yeah, let me know what you guys think about the beta, I guess. Like, it's been a couple weeks since then. There hasn't really been anything to talk about, like I said. I've been out a lot, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Like, sometimes I have time to make a video, but when there's nothing to do or nothing to talk about, rather, I'd rather just go outside and do something that's kind of fun, you know, than just sit around and, I don't know, talk about video games that aren't coming out yet. I actually did get Valorant again, just because I don't feel like playing Vanguard anymore. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So yeah, I'm back on Valorant. Maybe I'll add some of you if you play. I'm really bad, so don't expect anything good. I'm probably like bronze, maybe a silver player. So that's it. That's it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the gameplay, let me know in the comment section as well. It's probably one of my better gameplays. I might let it run a little longer than otherwise, but yeah, man, we're a little bit of a slow point here on YouTube. Hopefully it'll pick up when Modern Warfare 2 ends up dropping. I think it definitely will. I don't know about videos every single day, but I definitely will have a good amount of videos going up in this winter season, fall season. So make sure to subscribe, leave a like. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. It is 10:10 at the time I'm recording this, 10:10, you know, the date 10:10. So yeah, I mean, it's too late now, but next year ask someone if they're today's date because they're 10 out of 10. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.